What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing today? And welcome back. For anybody who is new to the channel, my name is Lulu, and I am a variety RTS/survival YouTuber, as well as occasional streamer when I feel like doing it. That's a whole nother beast. I don't stream that much anymore because I don't have a very big follow base in my current growth at the moment, and I feel like I could do more good posting on YouTube than I can sitting around streaming to myself. Anyways, so we are jumping into Valheim. Now, I have like a 10 episode, which could probably be broken up into like 30 episode season 1 that I did, since I had a couple of live streams back out when the game first launched. I played it pretty heavily. I have over 1,000 hours in the Valheim just in the first 2 months of its launch. I used to play it a lot. It's pretty apparent. Now, I haven't played it basically since I stopped playing that series. So all of the little bug fixes and changes, and obviously the Hearth and Home update. Now, I have... Okay, that's a little lie. I said I haven't played it since then. I've played it a little bit since then. I have a character. I'm going to show you guys here real quick. As right off the bat, you guys can tell that we are playing a modded series. This will be a modded hardcore series. Hardcore in the sense of difficulty, not hardcore as in YOLO. We are not doing a YOLO playthrough. So right off the back, we do have Valheim Plus activated. So if we go right here, we hit F10, we open up the Valheim settings. If you're not familiar how to do that, that's how you do that, by the way. You can open it up without having to go into the config files. So in here, you're able to adjust all the different things that Valheim Plus lets you do. So we have adjusted a couple of things. First and foremost, we increased things like durability and stuff like that of armor and stuff, because again, we're going to be playing on a harder difficulty. We've adjusted... I do need to adjust some things when I get in game at some point, but we won't worry about that right now. I do have workbenches usable anywhere, so we don't have to worry about the whole roof BS. Let's be honest, that's annoying. Things like stamina usage and stamina I didn't touch. I didn't touch any of the furnaces, the kilns, the wind, like none of the crafting stations like these have been adjusted in any way, fashion, or form. We did not do item stacking or anything like that. Fermenter, I'm actually debating about lowering this down to 24 hours. Because right now it's set to, this is basically set to about 45 minutes to an hour. That would basically mean that I'd have to wait like 2 to 3 episodes for the fermenters to finish. So I'm thinking about setting this down to 24 hours. You know what? Why think? Let's just do. There we go. That's 24 hours. So in case you're curious, right there it tells you 2,400 seconds is equal to 48 hours in game. So if I drop it by half down to 1,200 seconds, that should be half that. So basically it should be about 20 to 25 minutes for the fermenters to finish. So roughly within the parameters of one episode. It's set to 6 per craft, but I don't know if that's a default or if I change that. I'll have to double check later, but it's set to 6, but I believe it originally was 3, right? I believe originally it was 3. I'll have to double check that later. Oh, you know what? No. I know why. It is 3. I set it to 6 because it was 24 hours. Never mind. Let's put that back. That's why. Because I didn't want to change the time it took. I doubled the amount we got. There we go. Never mind. I have the, like, things like this. Like, for a lot of the features, I have this turned on. This shows, like, the timer. But, like, things like auto-posit, auto-fuel, and other things like that, I have all that disabled. I'm not going to mess with that. Even though we're playing modded more in the difficulty of the game, not in, like, just the chores are still going to be there. For fire sources, I didn't touch fire sources. So, you know, we won't have, like... I'm debating about having I was debating about this. I don't know. You guys let me know. Do you guys want me to turn this stuff on? I know it's very useful, but I kind of feel like if we turn it on... you know what? Yeah, let's do it. At least for torches. Let's do it for at least torches. I'll leave fires alone. So like things like bonfires and campfires and stuff like that. But for torches, we'll turn it on. But anyways, that's Valheim Plus. Now that's basically it's saving itself and updating. And then if we hit F1, you can see we have the mod configuration set up so you can see all the mods that we have. This is literally a list of every single mod we have. It's not a lot. Now the two big ones we have, obviously we have the Valheim Plus mod. And then the other big mod we have is called Creature Leveling and Loot Control. Now this is huge in playing the hardcore difficulty. So in this mod, you can quite literally adjust every aspect of every creature and every loot in the game. So general right off the back, you can change the parameters for players and the difficulty for, you know, nearby players. You can set the difficulty to scale, be like, player count to be added to the actual player count for multiple scaling. So basically this, what this is you by yourself as a player equal 1. This is set to 3. So the game will by default think that I am 3 people at all times. So everything around me will scale to if there were 3 people by me at all times. So that's what that is, right? And I think that was the only thing I changed in here for that. Yeah. And then down here we go into creatures. Creature difficulty we have set to hard mode. And then you also have very hard mode and insane difficulty. I'll save those for another time. I've tested out very hard mode. It is actually legit. Second factor, we have the world. The difficulty of the world is based off the number of bosses killed. So we don't have to worry about the difficulty going up if it takes us a long time to prep for the next boss. Because you can actually set it to like the age of the world or how far away you are from like the original spawn point. So like the further you travel from the center of the map, the harder it gets, which we might do that at some point. Creatures can spawn with special effects or elements. I have that turned off. Now this is actually, now if I decide to do another series, I will definitely turn this on. But for now, we're going to leave them off. This is very interesting. You can get things like, you know, increased range damage, or in like you can get like a skeleton archer that has like 20% more range damage buff, or you can get like a Grey Dwarf brute with like a 35% armor resistance buff, and then he's just an ass to take out. It's crazy. And then you got element buffs where you can get like creatures with ice element or fire element or wind element or poison element, things like that. It's pretty interesting, but we have it turned off because we're not going to use it this time through. It definitely makes it harder. We're just going to be playing a hardcore playthrough. We'll eventually do something like a insane difficulty or something crazy. But anyways, so in this mod, you can increase stars all the way up to 5. So we have that set. We have creatures in dungeons respawn is disabled, so it is default by vanilla. We have it disabled because in vanilla gameplay, dungeons, tombs, crypts, whatever you want to call them, they don't respawn with creatures. We're keeping that the same because we don't want to make it easy mode on ourselves and be like, oh, if we just wait till day 90, we can go raid the same place over again. We're not doing that. However, actually need to lower this down to 900. There we go, because that's roughly 60 days in game. I meant to do that earlier, but I forgot to. Camps, like open world camps, will respawn every 90 days. So you know, like those little camps you clear out all over the place, like in the Black Forest or in the plains and stuff like that. Yeah, this will force them to respawn because normally they don't respawn. This lets them respawn every 60 days. So if like you're like, oh, okay, you know, these creatures, they respawn naturally already in the world. Now you could be like, well, then you could just wait 60 days and go farm that camp again. Yeah, I could. Does it mean I'm going to remember that it respawned? Probably not, but it would be funny if I forgot and ended up walking right into it and it's respawned on top of me. So yeah. You can also adjust the size of creatures for their stars. We actually lowered this from 10 to 5 because I felt like they were too big. So yeah. Base health, natural base health outside of player difficulty is already, I increased it from vanilla, which is 100, by additional 50. So they'll have about 50% more health by natural setup. Now per star, I have that at vanilla. So their health will scale per star vanilla style. Let's see, I think I had like a 3-star level 5. Now, obviously, their levels will do this as well. So for every level, they get an additional 50% more health. I had a level 5 Grey Dwarf Brute with like 750 health. It was pretty insane. And that was, I believe, no. Yeah, that was a 3-star level 5 Grey Dwarf Brute that had 750 health. And without blocking with a shield with 100 HP, I had 100 HP, and I didn't block with my shield. And by the way, I have full level 2 copper armor. He almost one-shot me. No, actually, he did one-shot me. The level 2 Grey Dwarf Brute with no star that had about 225 health brought me down about 80 HP. So, and that's with full copper set at level 2. Yeah, that was with 32 armor points. So you can see the game is going to be a little bit of a challenge. We're going to have to be careful. Damage is increased by an additional 25% naturally, so we're going to have to be careful. Per star, and this is the reason why that one kicked my ass, it's 50. So they get an additional 50% increase to their damage for every star. So star creatures are very, very, very deadly. We have to be careful. However, I did not touch movement speed or attack speed. I left those the same. And I believe I didn't touch anything under loot. I believe we left loot for everything vanilla. It hasn't been touched. Although I'm thinking about increasing things like crows and seagulls up to 2, because getting only 3 feathers per kill is kind of annoying. It just adds more grinding to it. I'll leave it alone. If I feel like it's something we have to increase later, I'll do that. And I did, because by default this was set to 20. So basically, like every 7 days in game, dungeon loot would respawn. I put it back to 0 and disabled it. So again, dungeons, crypts, tombs, all that stuff, loot never respawns in them. So once it's gone, it's gone. Forces us to keep moving and exploring, basically. Bosses. I did change this a little bit. Now I disabled the mod for special effects and creature leveling for bosses. However, I did give the bosses a chance to become stars. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, up to a 4-star boss. Actually, I meant to disable 4. It was supposed to be a 3-star was the max. Trust me, you don't want to go above 3. I did an Ichthir 3-star that had about 2,700 health. And he kept 2-shotting me. And I was in full maxed out leather. It was pretty insane. It's the way this is supposed to work. They're not supposed to spawn with a 3-star if it's the first boss, because basically what this is, it's based off of the boss you pick. So the first Ichthir is supposed to be 0, Elder, 1, Bone Mass, 2, and so forth. You get the idea. Boss scaling per size, they do get slightly bigger. Ichthir looked about twice his normal size as a 3-star. So it was pretty frightening. And you can't outrun him, so yeah. Health per gain per star, they get an additional 25% more health per star and an additional 10% damage per star. So a 3-star Ichthir will have 75% more health and 30% more damage than a no-star Ichthir. And trust me, that makes a big difference. Because an Ichthir with 75% more health, like I said, you're looking at a little over 2,000 health, and 30% more damage is actually pretty big when you're talking Ichthir. So yeah, that is the creature leveling and loot mod. That is the settings we are going to be playing with. Now, I know I'm dragging this out, but this first episode is more of a introduction than anything else. The other mod we have the equipment and quick slot mod activated. So basically we have equipment slots like every other MMO in this game except for this one. We have the farming grid. This is more of a quality of life thing too as well. This basically allows us to be able to plant things in like perfect rows and exactly spaced to the minimum limit without any issue. Let's just plant faster, but we still have to harvest by ourselves. And then we have the backpack mod, which actually is very good. Now, I can't use the backpacks until after we unlock bone mass. Like we have to be able to access the swamp because the first backpack has to be made with, I believe, 10 or 20 iron. So it's going to be a while before we get backpacks. And there are only 2 backpacks in the game. There's the rugged backpack, which is made with iron, and then there is the frost backpack, which basically replaces the wolf cape. It kind of looks a little like the wolf cape, but it's obviously a backpack with just the wolf cape modded into it a little bit, which looks really nice. It's actually really well done. It's one of my favorite backpack mods I've seen. And it does the same thing. It helps with, you know, frost and frostbite and all that fun stuff. So it does the same thing. I actually have the, and you can actually check here, down, oh yeah, prevent freeze. I actually have to go back in here and disable that for some reason. It keeps turning itself back on. But you can adjust like the carry bonus. So basically, like for the backpack mod, you get an additional 150%. So if you have this and the belt, that's like 300 extra carry weight. So you can have up to 900 carry weight. I wanted to give myself a little bit more carry weight. Obviously, you can increase it. Wait, hold up. Is that 900? 450, 600 carry weight, not 900. So we can get 600 carry weight total. Once we get, once we unlock iron, we can upgrade to 600 carry weight. You can also, where is it at? Oh, weight reduction. Anything you place inside your backpack is reduced by 50%. I'm actually going to lower this down to 25%, but for some reason, this mod can't be adjusted from in here. I have to actually go into the config files and do it manually. So I'll have to do that later. But again, this is something we could deal with later. Now, here's another thing too. Speed modifier, minus 0.15. Just by wearing the backpack, you move slower. I plan on probably making that a little bit more of a penalty for these backpacks. I do need to go into the Arctic backpack, increase this up to 150. But, and then I'm going to reduce the backpack thing from 50 down to 25 because I feel like 50 is a little too heavy. But this basically allows you to kind of like, it's like a half-assed version of the cart. In a way. It's like, it allows you to be able to run around without dragging a cart and still carry additional loot. So that's what this is, but I don't want it to replace the cart. So that's why I'm probably going to lower this down to 25%. And that's only the reason why I've only given it a buff of 150 instead of more. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, we've got BetterUI, which is really useful. Everybody should have this. And then with Valheim Plus, there's literally like 50 different things you can change in the game. And a lot of that would become apparent over time. But anyways, guys, this is going on for about... This little introduction episode's going on for about 20 minutes almost now. Oh, sorry about that. I had to readjust my chair. Gotta get a new chair. Let's see. I think that's about it. But anyways, oh, here, let me just show you guys real quick. I already have a character that I've been playing on the side. This, like I said, I'm at 9 deaths playing it. This was my test character. And I haven't beat the Elder yet. This is my full copper setup. No, this is not the same character. This is a different character. I thought this was a full copper set I had. Oh, you know what? I deleted that character. So this is my solo world that I was doing earlier where I tested it out, where I had the full copper set. I actually got rid of that character. Yeah, And then this was my test character for starting this series. So I will be using the same world seed, and this is my reasoning behind using this world seed, by the way. But the reason why I'm going to use this world seed is because I like this world seed. Now, I don't like it because I've already scouted it. I haven't scouted it, but like the starting area, like there's a small little island really close to the starting area that I really like, and I want to be able to live there again. So I'm kind of cheating by not just doing a random seed, but it is a random seed. I have only tested it for like maybe an hour or two. But anyways, I'm actually going to delete this one right here because that one's gone. Bye-bye. I'll delete that one here soon too. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys will have a lot of fun on this journey with me. It's going to be pretty creepy, pretty scary. It's going to be deadly. There's going to be probably a lot of episodes where there's going to be some time jumps. Like, you know, one episode I could be on like day 10, next episode could be on like day 30. It might happen. But yeah, it's just because I need time to farm, and I don't want to waste like 4 episodes of me doing the same thing. Just going out and farming. Anyways, guys, take care, and I hope to see you guys in the first episode. Bye-bye.